one practice. Every true Hermeticist masters first. When the world is silent and your mind finally stops racing, what remains? That space, that stillness, that unshaken presence is the very ground from which all Hermetic mastery begins. Before complex rituals, planetary invocations, or secret glyphs, there is this one core discipline that all true Hermeticists are called to master first: inner silence. Inner silence is not just about quiet, it's about complete presence. It's the practice of stilling not only the outer distractions, but taming the endless chatter within. In modern life, our minds are constantly overloaded. Notifications, worries, conversations, thoughts looping endlessly. Hermeticism begins where all of that ends. This silence is not emptiness, it is potent. It is awareness stripped of noise. Imagine it like a lake. When still, it reflects the stars. But when disturbed, it reflects nothing clearly. The Hermeticist must master that stillness to reflect cosmic truth. Let's go deep into what this practice is, how to train it, why it's essential, and what transformations it can bring to your body, mind, and spirit. 1. The principle of mentalism and the power of thought. Hermeticism teaches us that all is mind. This is the first principle of the Kybalion. The universe, in its deepest essence, is mental. Your reality flows from the quality and nature of your thoughts. If your thoughts are scattered, so will be your life. If they're disciplined, your world will reflect that harmony. Inner silence is how you reclaim authority over your thoughts. You stop being dragged around by them and start becoming the master. The goal is not to suppress thoughts, but to become the still observer. You watch them rise and fall like clouds in a sky you do not chase. Over time, the thoughts lose their grip. You begin to choose them consciously or let them dissolve. This is the beginning of mental alchemy, transmuting chaotic thought into directed will. 2. Training the silence. Techniques that work. Silence is a skill. It must be trained. Here are foundational techniques Hermeticists have used for centuries. Conscious breath. Sit and observe your breath. Don't change it, just follow it in and out. This anchors you in the now. Single-pointed focus. Choose a single object, a candle flame, a mantra, a symbol, and keep your attention fixed. When thoughts arise, return. Void meditation. Sit in complete stillness and aim for awareness without content. At first, this feels impossible, but over time, the mind calms. Observation of thought. Simply observe the mind as a theater. Notice each thought that arises without getting involved. Start small, 10 minutes daily, then 15, then longer. The more you sit in silence, the more your inner world becomes luminous. 3. Why the modern mind resists stillness. Modern life conditions us to seek constant stimulation. Silence feels uncomfortable because we're addicted to distraction. Notifications, music, background noise. It all keeps the deeper layers of our psyche buried. When we first sit in silence, we face the noise we've been avoiding, regrets, fears, insecurities. But facing them is the path. Hermeticism is not escape, it's transmutation. Silence brings these shadows to light. The resistance is a sign that you're touching real ground. Move through it. This is your initiation. 4. The alchemical fire of stillness. As your practice deepens, something begins to change. Your thoughts slow down. Your breath becomes deeper. Your body softens. Then something subtle happens. You begin to feel a fire, a presence, a radiant clarity that emerges in the silence. This is the Hermetic inner fire. It's not emotional, but transcendent. It is the divine spark, the nous, the divine mind awakening within. You'll feel inspired, intuitive, calm. but energized. This energy fuels all further Hermetic work, study, ritual, healing, manifestation. The silence becomes your power source. 5. From noise to wisdom, living from the still center. Inner silence trains you to respond, not react. You no longer jump at every emotional impulse. You pause, you sense, you choose. This gives you mastery in relationships, work, creativity. Your words become fewer but carry weight. Your actions more intentional. You begin to trust silence even in chaos. In the middle of life's noise, you find an unshakable core. That's the Hermetic center, the veil of the physical. We live in a material world. We identify with our bodies, our appearances, our possessions. Hermeticism teaches that the material plane is real, but not the ultimate reality. It is the lowest vibration of the divine spectrum. You must respect the body, honor it, but not mistake it for your essence. When you stop over-identifying with form, you free your spirit. The veil of external validation. We crave approval, social media, likes, compliments, achievements. These become our mirror. But when the mirror lies, you forget your true face. The Hermetic path asks you to internalize your compass, to act from inner knowing, not outer reward. Cutting this veil means becoming sovereign over your choices. The veil of separation. You are not separate from others, from nature, from the universe. The Hermetic principle of correspondence, as within, so without, reminds us that the outside world is a reflection of our inner world. When you see others as mirrors, not enemies, you begin to cut this veil. Unity becomes your truth, the veil of noise. We live in constant noise, phones, media, conversations, distractions. True wisdom, Hermeticism tells us, lives in stillness. Practice moments of intentional silence every day. Walk without music, sit without a screen. Let your inner voice rise. Let intuition guide you. The veil of doing. In the modern world, we are always doing, but being is where transformation lives. You are not your productivity. You are not your output. The Hermetic mind balances action with contemplation. Do less, be more. In your being, the real you speaks. So how do you cut these veils? 1. Daily silence. Take 10 to 20 minutes a day to sit in silence. No goal, just presence. 2. Self-inquiry. Ask uncomfortable questions. Challenge your beliefs. Reflect. 3. Shadow work. Face the parts of you that you hide. Bring light to darkness. 4. Journaling. Write without a filter. Let your subconscious speak. 5. Breathwork and meditation. Use breath to calm the mind. Use meditation to go deeper. 6. Spiritual reading. Study sacred texts or Hermetic works like the Kybalion. 7. Rituals. Create sacred moments. Lighting candles, mindful eating, walking meditations. Cutting veils isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been. The journey is inward, and the destination is truth. The veils you must cut to see the real you. There's something hidden behind your thoughts, your habits, your fears. It's the real you, waiting to be seen. In Hermetic philosophy, one central idea is that truth is not something you add to yourself. It's something you uncover. The real you isn't lost. It's hidden behind veils. These veils are illusions we've accepted as truth, layers of false identity, inherited beliefs, fears, and mental noise. To live a life of spirit, body, and mind in harmony, you must cut through these veils one by one. Let's begin with the first veil, the veil of identity. From the day you're born, you are given labels: your name, your nationality, religion, race, gender, job title. These labels shape how you see yourself, but they are not you. They are roles, costumes. The Hermetic axiom: As above, so below suggests that reality reflects consciousness. If your mind believes in false identities, your reality will reflect them. Cutting this veil means asking, who am I when I strip away my roles? Who am I in silence? In stillness? The veil of beliefs comes next. Many beliefs we hold were passed down through family, media, or culture. You may believe you're not good enough, that success looks a certain way, that happiness lies in the future. Hermeticism teaches us to challenge all beliefs, not to destroy truth, but to test it. This veil is cut by introspection and inquiry. Sit with your beliefs. Ask, is this really mine? Where did it come from? Is it serving me? The veil of fear is the thickest. Fear shapes our behavior more than we realize. We fear failure, rejection, judgment. Fear keeps us in our comfort zones, but growth begins where fear ends. The Hermetic principle of polarity teaches that everything has two sides: fear and courage, chaos and order. Every time you face a fear, you shift your polarity. You move toward light. You dissolve a veil, the veil of past and future. Most people live either in memories or in expectations, but the real you is always present. Hermetic wisdom emphasizes mental transmutation, the ability to shift your mental state. When you're caught in the past or worried about the future, transmute that energy into awareness. Return to the now. That's where the true self resides. The veil of thought. We think constantly, so much that we confuse thought with self. But thoughts are clouds passing through the sky of your consciousness. They are not you. Meditation, a key Hermetic practice, is the sword that cuts through this veil. In silence, you begin to see the thinker as separate from the witness. The more you practice, the more you realize you are the sky, not the weather. What you resist persists. Another Hermetic truth. Whatever you resist, you feed energy into. When you obsess about avoiding failure, you're still focusing on failure. Your mind is filled with it. And what you fill your mind with, you energize. The mind doesn't work well with don'ts. If I say, don't think about a red apple, what do you picture? A red apple. This is why it's important to focus on what you do want, not what you're trying to avoid. Shift from fear to vision. Daily thought hygiene. Train your mind like a muscle. Would you let your body rot without brushing your teeth or bathing? Of course not. But most people let their minds rot with zero thought hygiene. Here's a daily Hermetic practice to shift that. 1. Morning mental setup. Before reaching for your phone, sit quietly. Breathe. Ask, what kind of energy do I want to live in today? Then choose a thought to anchor it. Maybe, I am calm. I am guided. I bring peace. 2. Awareness breaks. Set a reminder every few hours to pause and check your thoughts. Ask, is this thought building the reality I want? If not, redirect. 3. Gratitude rewiring. Before bed, list 3 things you're thankful for. Gratitude is a powerful rewiring tool. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, and what you focus on grows. Imagination is practice for reality. Here's another Hermetic gem. Imagination is not fake, it's rehearsal. When you visualize something clearly, your brain doesn't fully know the difference between real and imagined. That's why athletes visualize their performance. It's why actors rehearse lines in their heads. It's why top performers in every field use mental imagery. Try this. Before an important meeting, visualize it going smoothly. See yourself confident, speaking clearly, receiving respect. Do this often enough, and your subconscious will begin to behave that way because it feels natural. Your outer world becomes a reflection of that inner rehearsal. Negative thinking is spiritual pollution. Every fearful, angry, or self-limiting thought is not just mentally damaging, it pollutes your spirit. Your spirit thrives on clarity, love, truth, and growth. When your mind is filled with garbage, your spirit dims. You feel tired, lost, anxious. You feel disconnected from your purpose. That's why changing your thoughts isn't just about motivation. It's a spiritual detox. Use thought to heal the body. Studies have shown that people who meditate on healing, who visualize their bodies getting stronger, often recover faster. Why? Because the body follows the mind. This is not to say positive thinking is a cure for all illness, but it is a powerful ally. When you believe in your body's intelligence and send it supportive thoughts, your cells receive that message. You become an active participant in your own healing, not just a passive patient. Group mind, the reality we build together. There's personal thought, and then there's collective thought. Ever notice how entire societies rise and fall based on belief systems? What we all agree to believe becomes the shared reality. This means your personal mental work has a ripple effect. When you become more conscious, more aware, more responsible with your thoughts, you uplift the field around you. That's Hermetic alchemy in action. You transmute not just yourself, but the world you touch. You are not your thoughts, you're the thinker. This is vital. You are not your thoughts. You are the one thinking them. If you can watch your thoughts, then you are not those thoughts. This realization gives you power. You can choose your thoughts like clothes. You can discard old ones that don't fit. You can create new ones that express who you are becoming. This is what it means to become a conscious creator, not a victim of your mind, but a master of it. Final message: create with intention. Your thoughts are not small. They are the seeds of your future. They are the vibrations that echo into your life. Every moment you choose a thought, you are building something. So stop building by accident. Start creating with intention. Ask yourself daily, what kind of world do I want to live in? What kind of self do I want to become? What kind of thoughts support that? And then choose. You are a living generator of reality. Think accordingly. The hidden science of inner stillness. In a noisy world, silence becomes your greatest strength. We live in a world that celebrates noise. Constant notifications, background music, endless talking, social media chatter, and the relentless pressure to act, to react, to produce. But within every human being lies a forgotten power, a timeless gateway to wisdom and peace. Inner stillness. Hermetic wisdom teaches us that the universe begins in silence. The most powerful forces are often invisible and still, like gravity, like love, like thought. Inner stillness is not just about relaxation. It's a profound spiritual practice that transforms your mind, body, and spirit. Let's explore the hidden science behind it and how you can use it in modern life. 1. What is inner stillness? Inner stillness is not the absence of thought. It's the space between your thoughts. It's a deep awareness that stays unmoved while everything else moves. It is the inner observer, the silent watcher within you. Hermetic traditions speak of the mind as both a tool and a trap. A tool when mastered, a trap when uncontrolled. Stillness is the key to mastering the mind. It gives you clarity, insight, and power. Stillness is presence. When you are truly still, you are here, not lost in the past or worrying about the future. You enter the present moment fully. In that space, magic happens. 2. Why stillness matters in modern life. Today's world pulls us in every direction. We are overstimulated and undernourished, mentally and spiritually. Anxiety, depression, and burnout are rising. We search for peace in outer things, but forget the treasure within. Inner stillness is a counterforce. It strengthens your nervous system. It quiets your mental noise. It increases your intuition. It connects you to something deeper than ego. In a busy life, stillness is not a luxury. It's a necessity. A mind in chaos can't make wise decisions, but a still mind becomes a clear mirror. It reflects truth without distortion. 3. The Hermetic principle of mentalism. The first Hermetic principle is mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. This means everything begins in thought. Reality itself is shaped by consciousness. Inner stillness tunes your consciousness. Just as you cannot see your reflection in a disturbed pool, you cannot perceive truth in a disturbed mind. Stillness makes the mind clear. Then, reality becomes visible. From stillness, you influence reality, not by force, but by frequency. When your thoughts are calm, focused, and aligned with truth, your external world begins to shift. 4. Stillness and the body. Inner stillness doesn't only affect the mind. Your body responds to your inner state. When the mind is racing, the body tenses. When the mind calms, the body relaxes. Hermetic practices often use breath and posture to support stillness. Simple breath awareness can slow your heart rate, lower blood pressure, and improve immune function. In stillness, your body enters a healing state. Digestion improves, hormones balance, pain lessens. Your body starts working with you, not against you. 5. The spirit in stillness. In stillness, the veil between worlds grows thin. You become more aware of your higher self. You feel connected to the divine, the cosmos, the all. This is where Hermeticism and mysticism meet. Inner silence opens the door to gnosis. Direct knowledge of the divine, not belief, experience. You don't have to climb a mountain or live in a cave. Even in the middle of a noisy city, you can enter the temple of silence within.